So the volume of oil available and gas available in North Dakota is staggeringly bigger than anybody thought 10 years ago. We would know none of that if it had not been on private land. I am dedicated to opening up federal lands, again, not national parks, not scenic areas, but take Alaska. We own 69% of Alaska. As I remind Governor Perry, Alaska is twice the size of Texas. And he flinches, but he's a good sport. 69% of Alaska is approximately 1.5 Texases. So you could give the environmentalists a half of Texas. Pick their favorite glaciers, their favorite polar bears, whatever they want. And you would have an area the size of Texas that you could open up. Now, the largest coal reserves in the United States are in Alaska. The Chukchi Sea alone, not Anwar, the Chukchi Sea is a basin that is estimated to have as much oil and gas as the entire Gulf of Mexico. So our potential as a country, we have more, when you count all sources of energy, we have more energy in the United States than any other country, more than Russia, more than Saudi Arabia, more than Canada, more than China. And yet we have a government which has, for the last 40 years, been more and more and more anti-energy. And so I am for fundamentally and profoundly changing it. The last point I want to make about oil and gas, and this is true of all energy systems, but just take oil and gas, which takes a fair amount of money to explore, a fair amount of money to develop, a fair amount of money to build the pipelines. The tax program, you can see, if you go to newt.org, you'll see a tax program designed to create jobs. The key things from the standpoint of energy development are, first, we have zero capital gains tax, so hundreds of billions of dollars will pour into the U.S. We will be the best place in the world to invest. Second, we have a 12.5% corporate tax rate, which is the Irish tax rate. That makes us even better than Canada, which is at 16%. It liberates about $700 billion in profits, which are locked up overseas today, that would come home. It allows our companies to compete successfully worldwide. And, ironically, for our liberal friends, it means General Electric would actually pay taxes. But maybe the most important thing for the development of oil and gas and minerals is we have 100% expensing. This also affects farmers. We have 100% expensing, which means any new equipment you buy, you write off in 1 year. The goal is to make the American worker the most productive, most modern workforce in the world. We combine with that a new reform of the unemployment compensation system so that if you want to draw unemployment compensation, you have to sign up with a business for a training program so you're actually learning something during the period while we are paying you, but we will never again pay anyone 99 weeks for doing nothing. Let me say finally, I am for an all-source system of energy. I think it is so vital for our economy. If you keep $500 billion a year at home, you're going to create millions of new jobs. It is so vital for our national security, and it's so vital for our standard of living. This is a country built around inexpensive energy. And to have the Environmental Protection Agency, at the time when we have the most expensive gasoline we've ever had, they actually have a proposal that would add 25 cents a gallon. That's how out of touch with reality the Obama administration is. So I'm for developing every American source of energy. And my last comment is about today. The EPA's current proposals for electricity are going to close so many plants that we're actually going to start having brownouts because of our own government. This is the kind of thing we have to stop. I look forward very much to your questions, and I really appreciate being here.